Call of the Sea. So yeah, we're taking a bit of a break from Hades because it looks like it'll be a forever game, and this is also supposed to be a puzzle game slot alternating with the indie. So we're probably going to weave back and forth a little bit, play a puzzle game here and there, and then play an equivalent duration of Hades that matches up with how long we played the puzzle game, then go back to a puzzle game and stuff, because that game might take 100 hours to beat for all the fuck I know. Anyway, we seem to be doing another Lovecraft game, which didn't fully notice that about this game at first, but I'm like, wait, no, yeah, this totally is a Lovecraft game, isn't it? Which raises the very real question of, have I played more Souls-likes or Lovecraft games at this point? Because there are so many. There's even, I even have a playlist just for the Lovecraft games because they're a thing. I guess when your stuff is available to all, then that's what happens. It's like, here's a mythos that we don't have to pay to use and don't have to own and license and stuff. I think that's how that works. Keep wanting to say open source, public domain, that's the word. There we go. No.
What was that? What are those voices?
Wait. Yep. First frame of the game has basalt columns in it. I said this during other... There's some more up there. You can see them when I turn the camera just right. I said this before, but like that's just like a go-to when you want to make a game seem really otherworldly. And so it keeps showing up in Lovecraft games that I play. They'll have like an entire area that's like, oh, it's the otherworldly insanity dimension, but that's all Cthulhu-y. And they represent that by having it be basalt columns everywhere. There's so many of them. Ooh. You can see them through the light there. The game's really pretty. They're so obsessed on making Lovecraft games gross and grimy.
I know this place. I've been here before.
And desaturated and unappealing. So we have floating doors, clocks. So if nothing else to take, they're bringing a different aesthetic to Lovecraft games. Even if
here my entire life.
Even if they're keeping the basalt columns here. You've been here your whole life, huh? And why do you think it's weird? Checkmate.
These stairs. I'm climbing these stairs again.
I don't know if climbing's the word I'd use in this situation.
I need to get out. The voices are calling me. My old music box. It's broken. I have to fix my old music box. I have to get it. I have to...
My music box! Ew, your hands.
Those horrible dreams again. I've had them repeatedly ever since my mother died and left me that music box in her will. Harry always said that old family heirloom had something to do with my family's strange disease.
Oh.
If the doctors won't give us an answer about your illness, I'll search for one myself, you said. And in that search, it seems you lost yourself. I don't think I'd ever...
Pardon me, madam, but the island is in sight. We'll be lowering the boat in just a minute.
Oh, thank you so much, Captain Hodgson. I'll be right out.
That's a quick exposition dump right there. Was
All
it?
right.
Are we talking about your husband that went missing? Looking for the cure to your illness? At first I was like, oh god, what happened? Is there like an oil spill in your bed? But I think the illness is, there's an illness on her hands. These spots. She's probably turning into a fish person. Just extrapolating from the genre.
I'm definitely going to miss this bed. Falling asleep to the ship's rocking was delightful.
You have a bunch of dreams calling you to a place, then you get there and you turn into a fish person. You know, the usual.
I'd always dreamed of traveling. It was not the same without you, Harry. I think I've overpacked.
This is a lot of packing. Oh my god. You have a whole closet in here. So you're loaded, right? Like, yeah, you didn't plan on moving this stuff around yourself. This is like, you have like help. I can't even imagine the idea of having a full-size closet essentially be like wheeled around as luggage.
What was I thinking when I brought all these dresses on this trip?
That's what I'm wondering. Aren't you about to like Indiana Jones it a bit around here? Is this really the time?
I'd better cover up my hands before I leave the cabin. I wouldn't want anyone thinking I'm a circus freak. I received a mysterious package at my house. I stored all its contents in my locked suitcase.
Wouldn't want anyone to think that you're a circus freak. Well, a little judgy.
I love this song. Merveilles de mer du Sud. Marvels of the Southern Seas, I think.
Is that how they spell November in Tahiti? 1934, so almost 100 years ago.
Oh my, I have the worst memory. I forgot the combination again. Thank goodness I always bring my journal with me to write things down.
Don't worry, I got this. 000. Go. 0001. Go. 002. Go. I've had that experience. We were in an escape room and somebody just fucking brute forced the combination lock on something like that. They just kept switching it by 1 and counting upward, and like, I guess you can do that. Like, technically, it wouldn't take that long to try like 1,000 numbers, which is all the combinations on a lock like that. Because you just keep like 1 pull, 1 pull, 1 pull. I guess it's not that big of that hard to do, and you wouldn't even have to do a full 1,000 because you'd presumably reach the result before you got to the end of the sequence. But what a shitty thing to do, because it's like the whole point of an escape room is like to solve the puzzles, obviously. And what's going to happen then if you brute force a lock is somebody else in the room is going to solve a puzzle later, and they're like, oh my god, it's this number, and then they're going to realize, wait, where can I use that number? It's not working anywhere. And then you realize that it was the answer to that thing that somebody else already opened, so you don't even get to have a reward and satisfaction of like using the fact that you solved something, because they retroactively turned that entire puzzle arc into a dead end that was pointless. I was so baffled when we had somebody that did that during an escape room, because I'm like, do you not get what we're here to, what this is? What the fuck, man?
Captain Hodgson has a very particular taste when it comes to decor. Ah, the amazing adventures of Norah Everhart, art teacher.
Hello? Ah, 506. Norah, remember this. It's pretty straightforward. Especially if I remember it. Was it 506? Did I not immediately forget?
Right,
okay, good. That's good. That's good. Okay. What do we got up here? Let's go back. July 1934. Okay, so this is the beginning. July 6th, 1934. It's been a month since I received Harry's last letter. It was postmarked San Francisco, and mentioned that the answer to my illness might be found in the Pacific Ocean. I'm hoping his silence is only due to a delay in the postal service. A week later. Last night I had another of my vivid dreams, but this time something was different. I saw a strange island looming in the distance. In the heart of the island, a huge stone obelisk rose, up before a mist-shrouded mountain. I woke up drenched in sweat. Why is it spaced that way? I wonder if they meant to include a document there at some point. Kind of like how it is on the right where there's a space left for that page. September 16th. I kept waking up to odd dreams in the middle of the night. Still no news from Harry. It's been 3 months already. Damn this disease of mine. My husband is missing and I can barely walk for a couple of minutes without getting exhausted. October 10th. An enigmatic sentence written on a photo of my husband. An ancient stone relic that looks like a knife. A brass key with the letter CW engraved on it. All three were in a package I received yesterday. Postmarked Tahiti. No sender. Find him. 74 nautical miles east of Otaheite. After leafing through a couple of history and geography books, I found that Otaheite was just the ancient name of Tahiti, the same place the package came from. What does all this mean? Anyway, my mind is made up. Even though I still feel woozy, I have to give it everything I've got. It won't be easy, but I'll find my husband, whatever it takes, even if it means going to the end of the world. October 14th. Following Harry's trail, I caught a train to San Francisco. In the Madison building, I found out that on May 25th, Harry brought 6 passages to Tahiti on the SS Carmel. Tahiti again. On a side note, I'm not sure if it's the fresh air or the sea breeze, but I feel much better. Did she or did he actually find the solution, or is it just your sickness / fish personness progressing? October 19th. First I'll sail to Tahiti on the ocean liner. If I don't find Harry there, I'll have to find a ship that will take me whatever is 74 nautical miles east of Tahiti. This isn't going to be easy. Or cheap either. October 23rd. I miss the sea so much after Harry and I moved to Denver. I love to sit on the deck and watch the moonlight playing on the water. It's so comforting. November 1st. I finally arrived in Tahiti. Finding information about Harry's expedition is turning out to be a tough row to hoe? Is that a term? Row to hoe? I think I must have walked all over La Papite? It's a P, yeah. All over Papite, asking about them, but nobody seems to know anything about that place 74 miles east of Tahiti. Some locals have mentioned an island, but they won't say anything else about it. It's like they think the place is cursed. Yes, like it's cursed. I met an English sailor, Captain Hodgson. He knew some of the crew members in the Lady Shannon, a whaler. Apparently, the ship took an American expedition to an island east of Tahiti. According to Hodgson, it's been months since he last saw the Lady Shannon or its crew. Like every good sailor, the captain is superstitious. Do you think I'm mad? I'm not going to risk the lives of my crew by going to that cursed island, he said. November 4th. After 3 days of begging, I managed to convince Captain Hodgson to take me close to the island. Save your money, Mrs. Everett. Leaving me alone will be payment enough. I think there's a sweet, tender heart inside that grumpy old sailor. Oh no, you've annoyed him into relenting. You're gonna feel really bad when he gets fish-personed or something, or dies, or goes insane, or something. They should just drive you up close to the island and just throw you into the ocean. Here, have fun, figure it out. I'm not getting any closer. I know what genre this is. Unfortunately, they don't know what genre this is. I seem to have like a broken mirror inside of a gear sort of look there. There's the knife they mentioned.
This strange and sharp relic came in the package I received at home.
Gives off big Zelda key sword vibes. Like it's gonna open something.
I saw this island in one of my unsettling dreams. I drew it as soon as I woke up.
Just a giant key. Huh.
Harry Everhart, my husband, my partner, and my dear old pal. A brass key with the letters CW engraved on it, and some enigmatic instructions.
74 miles east of Otaheite. It's a wonderful place. It's a magical place? Shit, what's the line?
After spending so much time reading this book, I think I've learned a thing or two about Polynesian culture.
Probably done here.
Okay, Norah. From here on out, you're on your own.
Ah, they're not coming with me. That gives us less blood on our hands. Not that it's specifically her fault, but it's just like, I'm like, oh no. Anyone who comes with us is going to be in trouble. These stories never end well.
Lower the motorboat and be careful with Mrs. Everhart's equipment, lads. We'll be back to pick you up in 3 days. I really hope you find your husband there, madam.
I hope it too. I'll see you in 3 days then.
But please be careful on that island. You know what the legends say about it.
I'll take care. Thank you, Captain Hudson.
Saving some money on animations of other people, I guess.
Well, here I am, in the middle of the ocean after traveling across half the world. Just miles away from where my husband is supposed to be.
Is that the only suitcase we are bringing, or is there one more behind
Go
us?
to search for a cure for my affliction. Your letters kept me close to you, but suddenly they stopped coming. What happened, old pal? What did you find? Whatever it was, it led you to hire a crew and set sail from San Francisco to Tahiti, and from there to this place, an island in the middle of the Pacific that the locals refuse to even name. Everything is familiar. So familiar. As impossible as that may sound. Is this the island I dreamed about? This can't be a coincidence.
Huh. How would that visual even happen, I wonder? The giant key is pretty definite. You say it has no name, but what if the island's actually named 74 nautical miles east of Otaheite? You don't know that. That could be its name.
A breathtaking, idyllic island, surrounded by deadly reefs and protected with stakes to keep anybody from entering.
That's what I was gonna say.
Why?
There's stabby spikes here. I'm not like, wow, how idyllic and peaceful. I'm like,
Something strange about this place.
that's a device of war right there. I'd be a little concerned about my impending doom. This game really is like astonishingly beautiful though.
Okay, Harry. Let's see if I can find any trace of you around here.
That really is all I brought.
I'll leave my things in the boat until I find somewhere to camp.
You better make sure it's really, really beached then, unless it just drifts away. Then you lose it, whatever your... What are your survival plans? Are you just really good at this already? I assume you're just really good at this. Like, did you pack rations?
A tent. So somebody was on this island recently.
You get to be here for 3 days, then just hope they come back. Really unfortunate if something happens to them and then no one knows you're here. That's a whole damn scabbard.
A miniature va'a, a Polynesian outrigger canoe. Beautifully crafted, too.
Really, it's really elaborate.
Well, that's a vivo, a flute that the Polynesians play with their nose. I won't be playing that.
With their nose. So you can dual wield them.
This machete is completely worn down. The blade is dull.
I will say,
Note written in French. I only understand 2 words: île and mort, island and death.
not a good starting point. Of course, somebody in chat definitely knows what that says, I guess.
It must be a warning about the dangers of the island.
It is like aggressively bright. Holy crap.
I know it's just resonance, but I do love listening to the sea in them.
You almost can't see the subtitles because the sand is so bright. Whoa. That color temperature changed dramatically. That's probably the way you go, right? Because I'm assuming you can't do anything here. Ah, shift does not run. Seashells. Well, that looks like a path too. I'm guessing this is completely blocked. Is there anyone in there?
It looks like it opens from the other side.
That's just a bird. A door that does not open from the side. What is this, a Souls-like?
I feel quite good. I dare say I might even walk a little faster than usual.
My god. All I had to do was walk like one step further and I would have unlocked running all of a sudden. So whatever level of infirmity she had seems to be relenting. Do you have to wonder, like, did the husband cure her somehow? Find the source of her curse and undo it here?
Those markings seem to represent the sea. I'll make a note of them in my journal. It might come in handy.
They just represent the sea? What does that mean? It's very, very helpful of this Tower of Babel island race to just label everything. This is the sea. Here is a sign that says the sea is here. There we go. In case you couldn't see the sea, this is the sea. I almost wonder if we'll find that he sacrificed himself to cure her or something and undo whatever the hell was happening. In a way, that'd be the more positive outcome, as grim as that is, because the alternative is I feel like she's only feeling better because she's transforming or something into like an Innsmouther.
These wooden figures are called Unu. This seems to be telling a story.
Bunch of people went into the keyhole of the island mountain, or something. Is it telling a story? It kind of just shows a picture, I guess. They worship the island hole. I don't know what else to say. There's not like a second comic panel or like multiple events depicted. I'm glad the brightness has calmed down. The jaw with teeth on it? Or did they carve it to look like that? Because, like, what creature has such a straight jaw, I'm wondering, that doesn't bend inward? Tentacled Cthulhu monster comes out of the ocean, and then everyone gives it flowers or something, or they fight. Not sure if that's a violent symbol or a flower symbol. Explosions. Everlasting gobstoppers. They've encircled this rock. I'm guessing we're going to want to translate something in this game. Like we probably collect terms that help us interpret what's going on. Because she really made a really specific note of that, yeah. You cannot WASD. You can only arrow key to change pages. And probably click these, yeah. We made a note of the key and of this. November 6th. I arrived on the mysterious island 74 miles east of Tahiti. The fishermen will be back to pick me up again in 3 days. I hope that's enough time to find you, dear old pal. We can get a good look at her here. So the spots on her arms are not visible here, but this is supposedly what she looks like right now as we're exploring around. So this is her getup.
It may look peaceful, but clearly somebody wants to keep outsiders off this island. What a lovely flower offering.
So is that what it looks like when they first do it? Then it expires over time when they start over? There was a bunch of people and they got on a boat. And the boat went to the island. Oh, there's a bunch of icons on the bottom, so that shows what order these events happened in, doesn't it? So before that was this one. People went up? Or they have spears? They're invaders? Invaders that came from the island and went towards the other islands? So that one doesn't show an arrow for direction necessarily. Oh, there's one back here. Whoops. Oh. They offered people as an offering to the Lovecraft monster. And then they invaded other islands, I guess. And then counter invasions happened from those islands that were bigger, I think. Like, I think he's going out. Then discovering there's way more people out there, and then they counter invaded or something. It seems like the invaders massively outnumbered the locals. And then they stopped out giving offerings to the Lovecraft monster.
From what I've read, the Polynesians don't need doors. So why build such a big one? Well,
Flanglethon, whatever his name is. That is a counterweight. That's going to release when I do that.
A carving tool. This box. CW. Those are the initials on the brass key.
I guess whoever put this called us here.
So whoever sent me this key was here.
So we went to the flower one. Next to that is a discarded wreath, and by that discarded wreath, I noticed that too. There's apparently something under that.
To look like a scavenger hunt.
Hello. I've made a mental note of this already. Wait. I went to the wrong spot. There's the one that's old, so it's... Okay, I ran past it. There we go. Ah. You can see a faint discoloring there. A little bit of a Hanna-Barbera effect. Where this one rock is a different color than all of the surrounding stuff, too.
Well, look what's hidden here.
Really big. I noticed a depression on the pedestal there, so I'm guessing you jam it in there. That probably lets this one work. I didn't even try this one, but it probably doesn't work until I do this. Hey. Yeah, when I saw that go up and then I saw the other one, I turned back just because I remembered I should check this table out before I go back to this one. But it turned out that was mandatory anyway. Well, that makes it pretty unambiguous.
What? Someone carved my name in the back of this unu.
Oh no! Who knew?